Hi there, students. An outpost. Okay, an outpost is somewhere that is far away from central authority. If we think about it in a military context, it's much easier. Normally with the military you have your army and the whole army is together. And then you put various outposts at a distance away from your army to protect your army against surprise attack. So an outpost is a place which is away from the main body of your troops to protect it from the enemy. An outpost could be a military base that is in another country, for example, or somewhere that is a long way from the centre of your country, or from the centre of authority. So an outpost. This could be a representative of a business or a government or a company or the police or the military, which is a long way from headquarters. It's a long way from the centre. So a colonial outpost. So Britain had colonial outposts all over the world. Hong Kong was a colonial outpost of the British Empire. Gibraltar is still a colonial outpost. Let's see. An outpost, an example of something that is disappearing. So, he always writes letters to everybody and sends them by mail, but by snail mail. And he's perhaps one of the last outposts of the traditional letter. So one of the last people who continue to do something. But an outpost, somewhere that's outlying, it's away from the centre, it's on the frontier, or an outpost somewhere in a foreign environment, somewhere in an environment perhaps where humans can't live. So they are going to build an outpost on the moon so that people can stay on the moon. An outpost, an outlying settlement. Way beyond the border there are several unofficial outposts. This shop is the last outpost before you go into the desert, so make sure that you stop there and stock up with everything you need. Okay, it's talking about distance from the main place, from the city, from the main body of troops. So a border outpost on the border of a country, a human outpost in Antarctica, for example, or a military outpost stationed at a distance from the main force. An outpost, a military camp, or some sort of position distance from the centre. A remote part of a country, a remote part of an empire, somewhere isolated. This village is the last outpost of civilization in the far north. They lived in a remote logging outpost in Alaska. He was stationed on an outpost of the border. This is an outpost. It's somewhere on the outside at the far edge. And you go any further and there's no more. But outpost, a small group of buildings for trading purposes, for military purposes, either in a distant part of your own country or in a foreign country. A remote mountain outpost linked by very poor quality roads. Yeah, it's very distant from the area, from the center, from where things are organized. Okay, his outpost on the Dardanelles was still within the Persian Empire, but a long way from the center. Okay, so an outpost. They waited at an outpost deep in the forest. Okay, so an outpost, this is a post that is out from the center, and that is the idea. Formality, outpost, 5 in formality, use absolutely anywhere. So, outpost.